Y'all, we're making more air fried keto snacks. Come on. All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. By popular demand, we're going to be doing some more of those air fried keto snacks. So I picked two viral recipes from the TikTok. Both of those are going to be fast and easy. So today's video hopefully will also be fast and easy. The first recipe we're going to do is fried pickle balls. No, not the sport. These are from Rick over at Keto Snacks. And the second recipe is by Easy Meals with Jen, and this is her tuna patties, I guess she's calling them. There's not really a name on the recipe, but it's very similar to the salmon croquettes that I did in another video a long time ago. I'll put a link to it up here on the screen if you want to check it out. But this video should go quickly, so let's start with the first recipe. This is fried pickle balls. All right, so this first recipe is, again, the fried pickle balls from Rick over at Keto Snacks. He goes through this pretty quickly. I've also looked at his comment section and hopefully figured out some ways to combat some of the problems people had. A lot of people said that these melted in their air fryer, so we don't want that. But we're going to start with pickle chips over here. This is a half a cup of dill pickle chips, and I've just been letting them drain because you want to get as much liquid off of them as possible. We're going to return to that. So the main part of our mixture is a third a cup of cheddar cheese and about 2 ounces of softened cream cheese. Get out of the way. And we're just going to mix this together to make sure this is all combined. And we're going to add our pickles to this, but you want to make sure that you've got a nice little conglomeration here. So it's a pickle cream cheese ball. I think in a past video, we did his pickle chips, which turned out great. So hopefully this will too. His videos are always entertaining, but I'm not a TikTok fan because it just goes so fast that you miss a lot of the details about a recipe that just fly by in a few seconds. So I like to make them myself and see what we think about them before I recommend them to you guys. So before we do this, we're going to chop our pickles up. Let me just move them over to here and give them just a rough chop. I think you want to bite into a few little pieces of pickles. I think we also want to wring them out. So this is where, like, you know, he doesn't show you doing this on TikTok, but apparently it's a very important part of the recipe. But if you don't check the comments and check the caption, you miss the part about making sure there's no liquid in these pickles. So, all right, let me get this knife out of the way. So with impeccably clean hands, I'm just going to use my same little bowl here. We'll just do this. I'm just going to make sure, squeeze, yeah, a lot of water, a lot of liquids coming out of that. And that's what we don't want in the recipe. So add these to our cheddar cheese and cream cheese mixture. This is about a half cup of pickles. All right, let me get cleaned up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my air fryer pan here, and I've just taken a piece of parchment paper and crumpled that a bit so that we can put that in there. And this hopefully will prevent it from falling through the cracks, because some people said, mine melted in the air fryer. We're going to fry these for about 8 minutes at 400 degrees. So we're just going to combine the pickles and the cream cheese. And this is a great snack, and this is a technique I see all over. Another popular version of this is made with chopped up pepperoni. Instead of pickles, you're doing the same exact thing. You just chop up some pepperoni, and then you've got little pepperoni balls, cream cheese balls. Those look really good. Dip them in ranch. Hello, it sounds great. Now, once you've got this mixed up, we're going to make balls out of these, and we're going to dredge them in the egg wash, and then also get off of there. In an egg, a lightly beaten egg. I'm just going to use the same fork because it's all going in the same place, right? So beat yourself an egg, and then this is a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese, and I actually ran it through the food processor, just a couple little bumps just to make sure that it was nice and finely ground so that it feels a little more spreadable. I suppose you could maybe use the stuff in a jar for this. Sometimes it works out a little better, but we're just doing this. So let me get, it might be easier to use a little scoop. See how big that's going to be. Yeah. So again, with impeccably clean hands, roll it into a ball, roll it in your egg wash, and this also is not listed in the video. So people are like, well, I couldn't get my cheese to stick, and that's why. So these are very loose. All right, so I'm just going to finish this out again with clean hands, which won't be clean in a minute, and then I'll meet you back here after I've done all these. Okay, so this recipe, I would absolutely double this. I've got 6 little balls here. I would double everything except for the egg. With 1 egg, you'd have plenty egg left to do an egg wash for 12 of these. And if I'm going to dirty my hands in my air fryer, I want 12 of these instead of 6. But here we are. So I'm going to run this through the air fryer now for at 400 degrees for 8 minutes. And we'll check these at 8 minutes, and I'll be right back. And let's see what these taste like. All right, meet you right back here. Okay, these look pretty good, as you can see. I had to go in and trim a little bit of the parchment paper because it just, it blows around a little bit. But they seem to have held up and not melted. I could see the concern. If you have trouble with it melting, some people did say to put them in the freezer after you roll them for a few minutes to let them kind of harden up. But I'm gonna quickly just take these off. They did flatten out a little bit. And I'm going to let them cool off just because they are hot, and this would just be like lava on your mouth. Woo! And I'll come back and test these before we start our second recipe, because I imagine these are best when they first come off. But y'all, that looks pretty good. All right, let me get a couple of photos, and I'll be right back and we'll test them. All right, so let's see what these look like. Again, they turned out pretty well. They're kind of soft. Let's take this, once they cool a little bit, they're holding up pretty well. A little greasy on the bottom, but you would expect that with all that cheese. And let's see, it's still pretty warm. Oh yeah. That looks really good. I put some ranch with some hot sauce over here just in case you wanted to try it, but super hot. Pickles and cream cheese, and more cheese. I mean, what is not to love? That tastes great. Remember when I mentioned that you could also put pepperoni in there instead of the pickles? My gosh, that would be good too. Oh yeah, all day. Pickle balls, pickle balls. All right, let's get started on this second recipe. But before we begin, I want to share with you something that I've become a little bit obsessed with, and they have generously agreed to sponsor this video, and that is a company called FRYER. My love of their products began months ago with a little product called the UFO, and this is a little nightly moisturizing product that they have, but that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm here to share the FAQ 202 silicone LED mask. If you aren't familiar with the benefits of LED light therapy and near-infrared light therapy on skin, I encourage you to do some research. There is some very strong science on this related to the improvements of wrinkle reduction, age reduction, sun damage reduction, improvement of skin texture, oil control, lots of different benefits. And the FAQ 202 mask is a way for you to experience that at home without having to go to a clinic and having it done there. You get the benefits of this modern science in the next generation of silicone LED masks. I'm able to use this for 10 to 15 minutes a day right here in my home and get clinic quality results. Some of their studies show a reduction of like 32% in wrinkle reduction in as little as 2 weeks. And the FAQ 202 mask is the next generation of silicone LED light therapy. This thing is wireless and ultra light. You can put it on, do what you want to do, read, cook, work in the kitchen, do chores or whatever you need to do, and just go about your day and get the benefits of this. It feels weird perhaps thinking about a man talking about this, but I just turned 50, and whether you're a man or a woman, that comes with a lot of baggage and a lot of worry and a lot of neglect that I've had for my skin over the years, and now is the time to make a change, and the FAQ 202 allows me to do that. I've got a couple of favorite treatments that I use regularly. One of those is the 15-minute repairing session, which is a treatment to combat the natural signs of skin damage from sun exposure and pollution, lack of sleep and stress, which affects a lot of us. But one of the other nice ones is a quick refresh, which is just a 5-minute boost to help with the brightness of your skin and the smoothness and clarity. And within just 5 minutes, I can tell a marked difference in the quality of my skin. As you can see, there are hundreds of points of light on this silicone mask that help direct the near infrared light directly to the skin. And there are over 8 different settings because each color of LED light has different benefits to the skin. And again, I encourage you, if you have not looked into this, please do a little bit of research about the benefits of this. I'm one for science-based evidence, and there is a lot of science behind this. So I want to thank FRYER again for sponsoring this video, and as well for giving me the opportunity to experience clinic quality skincare and LED light therapy right here in my home. If you want to check out the FAQ 202 or any of the other best-selling FRYER products, be sure to use the link in the video description box below, and don't forget to use my code WES30 at checkout. That'll get you an extra 30% off of any of the FRYER products. And even if a product is already on a discount, that code WES30 will get you an additional 30% off on that. So thank you again, FRYER, for sponsoring this. It's sponsorships like yours that keep channels like mine on the air and keep my face a little fresher. So with that, let's get started on the second recipe. Come on. All right, so let's quickly get started on this second recipe. This one's going to be easy and fast. No, I definitely did not eat 2 more of those pickle balls off camera. How dare you ask? This recipe is coming to us, the second one, from Easy Meals by Jen. It's a new channel, or TikTok, whatever page that I've never seen before, but it's very similar to this recipe, to the salmon croquettes, the salmon patties that I've done before. I'll leave a link up to that. We did it in a skillet on the stove and a little bit of oil. So this starts with, it's just 3 ingredients in her recipe. And it starts with a can of tuna, just a regular sized can of tuna. And I enjoy the tuna with oil. I didn't really care for tuna much until, as a younger guy, until I discovered tuna in oil instead of tuna in water. It makes all the difference. So splurge a little bit, get the tuna in olive oil. To this, we're going to add in a cup of cheese. She just used cheddar cheese. Also a beaten egg. And this is all her recipe is. It's just those 3 ingredients. Well, if you look into the comments, as I tend to do, it's like, these would be great if they had some seasoning on them. These are good. The texture is great. They don't taste like anything. There's nothing to them. So a lot of people obviously just said you need to just add some seasoning to this, and undoubtedly we do, because otherwise you just got fish and cheese and an egg. So to this, we're going to just add in a little bit of salt and pepper. Do something. Y'all gonna need something in this. If it's just a little bit, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder, right? When I make salmon patties, and this, I'm telling you, this recipe is really versatile. I'm guaranteeing you that you can use the tuna, the can of tuna that she calls for. You could use a can of salmon. You could use a can of chicken. You could use a can of crab meat drained. You could use even a can of salad shrimp. And I know that sounds weird, and a lot of people have never, like, can of salad shrimp. What? If you've never seen my cookbook, Ketogenic Diet on a Budget, I give you some options in there for using canned salad shrimp. And it's not fresh seafood, no, but it works great in things like this. So you could even make a little shrimp cake if you wanted to. I'm going to follow my instincts and add a little bit of chopped green onion to this. And we just give this a good mix. And we're just going to form these, again, with impeccably clean hands. Make little patties and put these right on the air fryer rack. Now you want to make sure you have sprayed this with oil. I love this little oil sprayer. It is so cheap. It's the best little oil sprayer I've ever had. I think this thing's $7, $8. I learned it from Cooking Keto with Christy. I'll leave a link down below if y'all want to check it out. So just make 4 or 5 of these, however many you think, because you're going to dip them probably in something. So divide this up. Clean hands. And let's just make some patties and lay them down. Okay, so see how easy that was? These are ready to go in the air fryer. She cooks these for 15 minutes at 390 degrees in the air fryer. So I'm going to do that now. We're going to come back and we're going to test these. And yeah, this has been pretty easy and pretty fast. This is definitely, I called it a snack, but this could be a hearty lunch or even a dinner. So that's pretty substantial. All right, meet you right back here and let's taste these. All right, guys, we are back and our tuna patty melts, I guess you could call them. Our tuna melt patties are out and they look really, really good. As you can see, they turned out quite well, browned up nicely, handled themselves well in the oven, the air fryer. If I were doing this again, maybe I would turn the temp down instead of 390, maybe put it at 375, maybe 350, or take the time down. I took these out after about 12 minutes. So let's just see how they turned out. They should be crispy. They're still warm. Woo, woo, woo. Look at that cheesy. These are different than a salmon croquette because of the cheese. Salmon croquette is using as a breadcrumb replacement like almond flour, and this has cheese, so it's more of a patty melt. But how does it taste? They're hot, crispy. Oh, well. That's very good. Crispy on the outside, gooey on the inside. Big pieces of tuna. A+. I could see this. You don't need a dip, but I mean, when the schnecken beckons, right? That's good. Make sure you put some seasoning in it. Yes. All right, come on. All right, guys, today was a fast and fun one. Both of these are great recipes that can be easily adaptable to multiple different kinds of ingredients, multiple different kinds of seasonings. I can see variations on this. If you did chicken in this last patty, add some buffalo sauce as your dipping sauce, make it a buffalo chicken patty. Just a whole lot of different options. So more keto snacks, yeah, for sure, in the air fryer. If you've got some that you want me to try, be sure you leave a link in the comment down below just to let me see what you guys are interested in. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I say it every time, these videos are a way for me to maintain my low carb way of eating, and looking in the end of that camera as often as I can helps keep me honest. So I appreciate that you guys come along on the journey. Be sure you hit the like button down below and the subscribe button. It's free to do both of those things and really helps me out a lot. Hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. I'm just Highfalutin Low Carb at both of those places. Talk a little more frequently and more freely over there. And lastly, I always need to thank my rock stars. You see their names scroll here at the end of every video. These are my Patreon members. If you don't know what Patreon is, I call it the tip jar for the internet. It lets people like you who enjoy what people like me do here on YouTube. You can give $1 or $2 a month just to keep the train on the tracks, and you get to see your name among all these other rock stars over here. So thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, today is a great day to have a great day. Bye-bye.